Hello, everybody, and welcome to Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk here on Dork Tales. I'm your Dungeon Master. I'm Kelly. How you seeing him? And folks, we're back. The five of us here are back for more Phandelver and Below as we head further into Elithanok and try to stop an evil godling from turning a bunch of people into tentacle monsters. But before we talk about tentacle time, we should probably check in with the players who are still alive. Well, I mean, I guess Christa's still alive. She's just in her villain arc. But let's meet everybody else, starting with Christine. Hey, Christine.
Hello, it is I, Christine. I, in fact, use she and her pronouns, and I have no idea what the hell person I am talking in right now. It kind of went weird. But yeah. It's been a long day, guys. Tonight, I get to play Lady Alessandra Celeste Martine Buraquel, who is our ASMR Oath of the Watcher's Paladin. I had to think about it for a moment there and look at it and try and think, I want to say human, but it's not. I know it's not.
It's true. All right. And tonight you are without your sapphic squid. But we will check in with that later. But first, let's check in with Caitlan.
I don't like no, that sounds wrong. That sounds wrong.
Hello, I'm Caitlan. I use she, her pronouns. Oh my goodness, I can't talk today, but that's okay. Because I can just ramble on and mumble about things as Anthea Briarfoot. Yeah. The artificer, halfling, alchemist of the group. And her homunculus servant, Squish. For a moment, I was like, is that her last name? Yeah, that's her last name.
Yeah. All right.
It's one of those days, guys.
It's one of those days. So before we go down to Amy, just in case you're watching us visually and not listening to us on podcast, today's a sick day for everybody. Like 2/3 of the game is either sick, exhausted, or hurt themselves. So we're in plain clothes today. We're out of uniform and we're having a costumeless game tonight. We'll be back in costumes for episode 37, but tonight we're taking it kind of cash. And also taking it kind of cash is Amy.
Hi, that's me. I'm Amy. My pronouns are she, her, or they, them, and I'm playing Lyric, the tiefling bard / sorcerer. That's right. Yes, that's right.
It's only two classes.
We'll see if I can manage the voice tonight because my brain is also all over the place.
That's
woohoo.
Fair. All right. Speaking of someone with lots of brains, it's Chris.
With brain all over the place, it's Chris. Yeah. Boy, howdy. Hey y'all, I am Chris. I use he, they pronouns. I am playing Sindri, our way atheist Ascendant Dragon, half-elven monk, who uses he or him pronouns. Yeah, damn, I don't got anything. Y'all gotta get going. I just typed out 1,000 years of Sololube, and I'm stuck, which is surprising for 1,000 years of Sololube.
Oh god, yeah, you got the gelatinous cube lube at your house.
Yeah, after 1,000 years though, wouldn't it maybe firm up a bit and it's a little bit weak?
Gelatinous lube.
Yeah,
gelatinous lube. Yeah. That's how you give birth to a gelatinous cube.
Ew.
Anyway, hey. Big thanks to our sponsor for this episode, who's probably not regretting their decision. It's Bookwyrm Games. Bookwyrm Games, slide on into their website with 15% off using code DorkTales. You can get all sorts of dice, tea, even some friends there. And hey, while you're looking for friends in the form of printed out little STL file 3D printed thingies, you can get some of their familiar friends over at their Patreon at Familiar Forge 320. Go check them out. They're really cool and they're absolutely lovely. We could not do the stream without them because they pay my rent. So thank you so much to Bookwyrm Games. Be sure to check in. They're going to have some Dork Tales dice sometime in the new year. Besides that, I wanted to thank everybody who has been so lovely and supportive. Our Patreon is doing very well, and if you are not on the Patreon, you are missing a lot of additional content and being a member of the coolest club that pays me money. So definitely consider joining the Patreon right now. For there's a special on right now for as little as $1. You can give me $1, but at $5 you get a bunch of additional perks. So consider going there right now and backing us, because we are only 16, that's 16 players away from Christine having to run a Regency era D&D game where I am going to play Lord Tuscamus Orkington, and I'm gonna green myself up for that because I got a bunch of green paint sitting around the house. So thanks everybody who just joined the Patreon. big love. Besides that, last episode, of course, Christa had to take a step back, so Christa is no longer in the primary cast for Phandelver and Below, sadly, which is probably for the best because she is now an Illithid. Well, Carmilla is. I don't know if Christa is. I haven't seen her in a while, but I'm pretty sure she's not a Mind Raider. Mind Raider? Mind Flayer.
Laura
You know
Croft,
what?
Mind Reader.
Accurate though. Oh my god. just Laura Croft just
Laura Croft, Mind Raider. All right, writing it down on my ideas list.
Mind Raider of the last arc or something. I wasn't sure, but no, I like that better.
And gelatinous lube. I'm gonna put this in a book. Speaking of which,
oh yeah, no, Extra Life's coming up soon.
Extra Life's coming up. Thank you so much, Caitlan. That was the last thing. My brain is jelly because I spent all day slotting you misfits into games for Extra Life, where it looks like we're running 14 games over 3 days to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. That is coming up on November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of this month, and we'll be running from around 8-ish in the morning till about 1 a.m. on the first 2 nights, and then we're calling it around 10 on the other night. So thank you so much to everybody. Please save your pennies. If you're not putting them towards the Patreon or Bookwyrm Games, definitely save them for a wonderful cause that is coming very soon. I'll tell you more about that real soon as we are going further into the story. But besides that, does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns as we head back to Elithanok?
Yeah, I got a question. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's my answer.
It doubles as a concern too, I would say.
Does it? Okay.
Yep.
What the fuck? You know what? When that's your player's concern, I know I've been doing my job right. So, with that in mind, let's check back in with the players and see where we left them last episode. Last time, you managed to make it into the hive city of Elithanok. Miles beneath the surface of Phandelver exists an ancient stronghold where the Mind Flayer Empire attempted to conquer all of Phandelver. You managed to make it inside, and after making short work of a pair of Mind Flayers and hunting around, you discovered, thanks to Carmilla devouring a Nothic Mind Flayer's brain, that the true villain behind all of this was not the 3 Mind Flayer cultists, but was in fact a higher entity that they had sworn themselves to, a godlet. Godling? Is there a word for such a thing? A small, nascent god being called Ilvash had been orchestrating all of this. To what end, you have yet to know. However, you learned that in order to access the Far Realm and stop the ritual that will plunge Phandelver into despair, you must travel into 3 portals inside of Elithanok. From there, you must acquire a token. This strange thing known as did someone remember what they were called? Nobbles. These horrible little bitey kiwi fruit.
Oh my god.
Right. And by collecting one of these from each of the realms or subdimensions, you will be able to use them as a key to open the way into the Far Realm. Now, the exacts of this were only held inside of Carmilla's mind, which unfortunately was just hijacked. Mere seconds before game begins, a horrible voice rang out through the chamber as the obelisk shards in her pack vibrated. This voice welcomed her into the fold, and in front of you, you all watched as her skin stretched, elongated, moistened, and split, and she transformed in front of your eyes into a Mind Flayer. Looking at you with horror and saying her final words to you, she vanished, being pulled into the Far Realm using great magic, and taking with her the pieces of the obelisk. As you stared in silent horror, we ended game. And I think that's where we're going to pick up. The silence of the room is deafening. It's a cliche that you've heard many times throughout your life, but for one of the first times that you can remember, it holds true. Aside from a little bit of shifting debris or shifting stone above this immense facility you find yourselves in, there is no sound. And then, in the silence, one of you, you'll never remember who it was, but one of you lets out a breath that had been held for what felt like aeons. The illusion shattered. What do you all do?
Anthea will probably just kind of run to where Carmilla was and kind of paw at the ground. Carmilla, where? Oh, we gotta find her. We gotta fix this, and when we fix this, we'll find her.
I think Ella's just kind of staring at the spot, kind of absolute just in shock.
Mm-hmm.
She always had the most clever puzzles, and I never did figure out her condition and how to fix it. But I will. I still have to.
Anthea, I
Yeah.
don't think that...
Well, now I have to fix two things. It thickens. The plot thickens, Lyric. Okay. And she's actually just gonna, like, sit down and start scribbling in her book.
Right. That's... And Lyric's just kind of, like, looking between each of the remaining party members, kind of just like, huh? No?
Sindri is flat out just gonna look at Alessandra and just kind of like look for anything.
I think she's just like, she's not even processing what's happened. She's just kind of staring at it. And I feel like she's not going to snap out of it until... I feel like... Did we have our weapons out?
Yes, because
Around
you had
this
recently,
time?
you had just come through the portal from the Labyrinth of Eyes.
So I think until she loses her grip on her sword, because I think that's just going to be the thing, is like she's not focusing on it. And that's just going to clatter. I don't even know how to react.
Perhaps you startle. Perhaps you let out a little yelp as your sword slips from your fingers, clattering onto the ground.
Sindri will walk over and grab your sword and kind of offer it to you and look at Anthea and look over to Lyric. And I don't.
Can we fix that?
Somewhere in all the gods and all the tales and all the magic, we can find something. The gods have walked the realms. Magic's been torn asunder. Islands have been moved. Mountains can fly. I've heard all of these things previously, and surely, somehow, we can find something. There's... Tomorrow, bless us, we might be able to find something. So... let's move. Let's finish what we came here to do and try and find her. But we can't stay here. I'm so sorry. I'm so lost.
I suppose we should check to make sure there's no one coming after that disturbance. I'll just take a look at the door. Nick's gonna go to the door and go take a look in the hallway.
Peering into the hallway, you can see the remnants of those cages. And as you do, can I get you to make me a perception roll?
That's an 11.
The hallway's clear. There is nothing outside except for those empty cages that the stolen from Phandelver had been kept inside of. You can still see their final messages scrawled on the walls inside. But as you lean out, you'll hear the held voices of those behind you, but the smell. It smells like horrible pickle brine in this area. Like rot. And for a moment, the briefest moment, you swear you catch a whiff of brimstone. And then it passes. The way seems clear.
It's all clear. If we should probably get going.
Sindri will walk over and help Anthea up.
Oh, she'll smack her book closed. You're right. And you're right, Lyric. You're all right. The only way out is through, and the only way to fix this is to find her, and we gotta keep going. Let's do it. And she'll stuff that in her bag, and humph.
All right. We do everything we can to get Carmilla back.
Yes.
And if we can't, we kill them all in her name.
Yes.
Yes.
Agreed.
Perfect. So with that,
Off we go. Jesus.
the door to the south is open. Lyric, you're looking out at the prisoner pens. However, looking down, you can see that there are two doors that lead out of this area. There's one that you already came through. It leads back toward that central statue where you fought the Mind Flayers when you first came in. Besides that route, you passed a single door that was along the hallway on the way here. However, continuing on to the left, you can see that there's another door opposite it. Now, when Carmilla had her vision, I believe she sketched out a rough detail of what she knew existed inside of Elithanok. Whoever has that, whoever has looked at that, who would that be?
I feel like it was Anthea?
I think it was. I think I gave her the paper.
Okay,
And
so
I was
Anthea,
like, wow.
you still have the map.
Ooh.
So
I do have the map.
looking down, you're going to know the following things. Heading to the left, outside of this door, is going to take you to the vat room, where the Elder Brain dwells. In fact, that's its door immediately there. You know as well that the other rifts you must reach are located in the far southwest and middle south of this complex, both on the other side of that statue. However, there are a number of facilities inside of this as well that were jotted down quickly. For example, various feeding pools, sleeping pods, even a lecture hall. There are also the quarters of various denizens. Now, of course, Carmilla didn't write down, aside from the fact that there was sleeping chambers at a few of these locations, one of which is the door you passed on the way to the prisoner pens. In fact, that actually has one of the few names attached to it. Voalsh.
I don't know what this means, but she'll turn it around. What Valash means, anyways. Let's see. Do you think the brain's right here? Do you think we should go to the rifts first? Or...
We needed the fruits first, right?
That's to prevent the big evil. Oops, can't drop it. The big evil thing.
Is
Right?
that connected to the elder brain? Can we not just go and stab the ever-loving
they're-
fuck out of it first?
I think they're
No.
different.
The elder brain is sick, and there were worse things out there.
Yeah.
So we can fight the elder brain now,
Okay.
or we can go to the portals.
Oh, yes,
You-
that's the choice.
We lost Carmilla in one of the portals. Maybe she's behind one of the other ones.
Whoa. You think it might work like that?
I have no idea.
I
Let's
highly
try
doubt it.
everything. Okay.
Admittedly, I would really like to wreck something right now.
Do you want to wreck the brain before it gets healthy again?
I don't think that it will get healthy again with
don't
everything,
know.
but yes.
I feel like they're probably should be trying to make it healthy. That's what I would do if, like, my leader was sick, you know?
So, was it that... I mean, that was controlling some stuff. But wasn't it that these other ones had gone into these portals and were calling a worse thing in?
That's true.
Maybe we should start with them. This one doesn't... I don't think it's doing much besides being irritating. It's not the
That's
actual
true.
ritual, isn't it?
No.
We can always come back and finish it.
True. Okay, let's do that. So, we could go to this one. She'll point to the southeast one. Or this one. She'll point to the south one.
Well, I guess... I mean, they're off rooms right next to each other, so... Let's get there and
Yeah, ish, yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
we can just decide then which door looks better.
Sure.
Well, which one's going to be on our left when we get there, right?
Because we always go left.
That's
We always go
what
left.
I was thinking.
Yeah. All right.
Who goes first?
It's always bad when I go
I
first.
think Alessandra is the tankiest that we have left now, so with the most armor, so she'll go first.
Okay.
She's gonna stride very purposely down the hallway.
All right, sounds good. You progress down to the south, through the prisoner room, taking a right to head back toward the statue, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That would be the direction whence we came. So probably, yeah.
So as you make your way down there, you head through a single set of doors. It's unnerving. Every time you wish to go through one of these doors, one of you without Sindri's crown has to stare at the door for a 1, a 2, 3 before it opens with a shrill feedback noise inside of your brain. About a minute after each one of these doors opens, it will shut of its own accord. You make your way to this hallway, About 15 feet down, there is a door to the left, but the hallway continues down and then angles over to the left at a right angle. You'll remember that room is where the statue is. Do you head straight to the statue room?
We're determined, yes.
All right. Then before long, you find yourselves in the statue room. Just as before, the bodies of the deceased mind flayers lie prostrate on the ground. It was barely a fight. From here, there's another door that leads to the north, as well as a door that leads further to the east, the double doors that you entered Elithanok from to the west, and then a corridor to the south. Marked on the map, you can see that south is the direction you need to go to reach either of these portals. And Alessandra, as you head down, you will see that there are a pair of parallel doors. One to the east and one to the west. What do you do?
Well, I guess with the way we're facing, the west is to the left.
It's to the left if you're facing north. You're facing south right now, so it actually would be the east.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, I don't care which way you go.
Mentally trying to work it out and kind of going, it's the wrong way around for me to determine this.
This is why I need radial mini maps in my.
Ooh.
It's true.
Let's go through the right door.
Okay, the right door. Heresy, let's do it.
Sorry. The
As we see it.
Eastern door.
As you're opening the door, you do this? What are we doing?
Eastern door.
Eastern door. Okay, eastern door it
Always
is.
go left.
You guys are going to kill me one of these days.
Sindri!
We have one brain cell between the four of us.
We do. I was going to write that down, but I never got to it because I didn't have the brain cell.
God. All right. All right. You take a look at that for a moment. Alessandra, looking at the door, you focus on it. And it will open. Swinging in. Inside of this room, you can see that there are shelves and benches that contain a mess of jars, powders, beakers, and other laboratory equipment. A 5-foot-wide rift of green and silver energy roils on the south wall, showing a large cavern beyond. 2 lab tables stand before the rift. In the center of the room, however, a tall goblin, which is kind of an oxymoron, but, hey, we're all here for this, stands in the middle of the room, shouting in Goblin at 3 shorter companions, all 3 of which match him in having large green veins and elongated heads. As you open the door, he is shouting at them, and you're seeing that these goblins are tearing apart part of the room. It looks like they're looking for something, but as soon as you open the door, they freeze.
Briark, what do you want?
The first one says, the tallest.
Briark, we want to go through the portal behind you.
You.
Me?
You know what is hidden here?
This room? No, I don't care. I want what's in the portal.
What is in the portal? You tell me.
I will tell you nothing, and you'll like it.
Make me an intimidation roll.
Can I breathe fire as a... just
Sure.
breathe it across the room?
Yeah, you totally can. Are you going to try to hit them with this, or...
No, just intimidate. So.
Roll with advantage. That's a trick they don't know.
I rolled poorly, so I'm going to use my draconic... where what is it called? My reroll intimidation or persuasion check.
Draconic Presence, I believe.
Yeah. There we go. 17.
17? Okay. You're going to breathe fire that's going to singe the rooftop above you, and the goblins are going to, turn, look at their boss with... What the... Briak. Which you're going to get the sense is, what the fuck is going on here, man? No problem, the tall one says, raising his hands in supplication. Perhaps what is ever inside of there, you will share? You need help? Goblins, good fighters.
We'll share something that we take out of there, I promise.
Good.
Please.
No trouble here.
And if there's trouble behind us, I will kill each of you. Or looks over to Alessandra. I'll let her take care of you.
She'll just give them an absolutely dead stare.
No trouble. None of you
Now move!
And they are going to back away, giving you space.
And just walk through the portal.
One of them is going to... Actually, hold on. Let me just do a quick roll. Okay. One of them is going to yelp. One of them is going to act real tough. And one of them, the leader, because I rolled the lowest on him, of course it's a 3, is going to start to pee himself a little as you yelp. And here's the weird part. As you glance down, as you pass him, you're going to see whatever is dribbling down his pant leg looks like it is a pinkish purple. Like it's glowing slightly. Anthea, you, and only you, may make me an intelligence roll and add your proficiency.
Okay. Oh, well, I rolled a 4. Intelligence would be a 13, though.
13?
Proficiency.
That's
Yeah.
going to be enough with what you do for a
Thanks.
living. Looking around the room, you're going to smell that this room is a laboratory. It is full of bottles
Oh.
and dishes and all manner of reagents, all of which have been expired for a century. And looking around at some of these
That's
goblins,
unfortunate.
their lips are stained dark puce. Some of them are hiccuping rapidly. You think that they probably thought it was a bar.
And ingested all of it. They probably
Yeah.
aren't long. They probably aren't long for this world, Sindri. They don't look very well. Yeah,
You should see a cleric.
probably. Okay, bye.
What is cleric?
She'll jump through the portal.
All right. Jumping through the portal. Does everybody follow?
Ella will wait to be the last one through and kind of back through it.
All right.
Yeah.
Backing through, you can see that one of the goblins waves at you kind of in a good-natured bye-bye, while the other one, the one next to him immediately, gives him a slap.
Not friend. Oh. Sorry.
Ella will wave at that one and point her sword at the other as she backs through the portal.
And as you back through the portal, there is a shimmer, and you will find yourself somewhere completely different. Now here, in this room, you find yourself, oh god, I hate the names of these places so much. As you step into this, all of you are going to have feeling rise up inside of you. It's a crawling, gnawing feeling. The second that you set foot inside of here, Anthea, it began with you and it crept to each one of your others as they stepped in as well. Hunger. You are very, very hungry. Like you haven't eaten in days. It's very uncomfortable inside of here. Merely being here sets your skin ill at ease. The room that you're in, you see that there are 2 grooves that run down the center of this cavern before disappearing into separate tunnels. One to the southwest, one to the southeast. Pale purple sludge flows through the grooves from 2 passages opposite the rift. A smell, bitter like scorched sugar, fills the room.
Can I make an investigation roll for the bitter sugar smell?
You absolutely can. You absolutely can, yeah.
Yeah, Lyric's doing the same, probably crouching down and...
Okay.
Well, I rolled better.
You're...
Investigation. Oh, it would be a 24.
24? Sure.
Yes.
Well, that's better than me with my 12.
Whatever this is. So, looking at it with that investigation roll, Lyric, you're going to know that it's not harmful. Like, it looks pretty benign. It just smells kind of bad. Anthea, immediately with the 24, you're going to know that it's not harmful. It's some type of runoff. It's benign. It's it's wouldn't be harmful to ingest, as far as you could tell. But it is non-nutritive. Like, there's no nutritional value at all in whatever this is. And looking at this, you can see that this is flowing into this area from the rooms to the south.
From both directions?
It looks like it is... yeah. It looks like it is flowing from the rooms to the south. Sorry, I'm just making sure.
This is where it'd be pooling then.
Yeah, so it's kind of pooling down. So you are at the lowest part of this area from what you're gathering.
Understood.
And from what I'm looking at, just from the map, it looks like kind of like a grate almost. Like that's where it's all like heading towards that, like and draining out.
Yeah, it's basically like a drainage ditch. And it's draining kind of down, kind of behind the portal, is how I'm kind of picturing it.
Okay. Now that I'm looking at the map, that makes more sense. I gotcha. Strange. Okay, well, should we go to the left?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Though be cautious, we don't know where we're going.
Heading down to your left, the tunnel curves around, and you see that there's a stairwell ascending upward around the corner. The grate runs along the stairwell, connecting it to whatever is feeding it. Do you continue onward?
Yeah.
We're not going to like this, are we?
Probably not.
Of course not. When would we like it? When have we liked it?
Well, I mean, if those reagents weren't painfully
Never.
expired, that would have been a cool room. But
All right.
they're very not good.
Who's going first? And are you trying to go quietly?
Yeah, pretty quietly, I think. Or
Then
We
give
might
me
as
a
well
dexterity
try.
roll.
If quietly, then not Alessandra.
All right. Everybody who is heading in, please make me a stealth roll.
15.
15. Perfect.
I'm sorry, I got a 9.
oh, that's great. I rolled a 2, so that's a 5.
We love to hear it here. We're all about that.
Wait, Alessandra rolled better than both of you?
What'd you get?
11.
Okay.
That's with disadvantage, too. I remembered my
beautiful.
disadvantage.
Sindri.
I think she's gonna head after everybody a little bit slower to try and prevent her armor from warning everything. So she'll be like right at the back, maybe like 10 feet behind people. Close enough to run forward, but not so close as to hopefully produce as much sound.
Sounds good. As you make your way forward, your armor clanging, but not as much as your friends stumbling forward. You hear the sound of slushing and eating. And as you round the corner, Sindri, you're going to get a look at this before anything else occurs. And what you're going to see is a waterfall of viscous sludge dribbling from an opening high above the floor along the along the western wall. Sweet-smelling sludge fills a basin that feeds into a trough that runs the length of this room. Two enormous creatures that you will recognize immediately as fatter than average grell are dangling their tentacles and slurping the sludge from the trough.
Of course.
And as you say that, who rolled the 2 or the 3?
That was me. I rolled a 2, so it was a 5 altogether. But
So Lyric,
still
you're
stands.
going to round the corner, and hearing that horrible noise, you're going to be kind of paying attention to it. And when
And
Sindri's,
might blurt out, absolutely fucking not.
I think that's great. Absolutely fucking not, is what you say?
Yeah,
Why?
he hates these things.
And as you do that, both of the grell are going to stop eating and immediately turn your direction. One of them opens its beaked mouth and in common says,
How dare you interrupt our meal? We'll eat you next.
can I get an initiative roll?
They talk?
They talk
You
now.
dare. Actually, sorry, 15, because I'm with a friend.
Oh, that's suddenly a nat 20 on initiative. That's
Oh, perfect.
hysterical.
Okay, let's do it. So, Grell.
Am I with a friend? Oh, sorry.
Okay, so that's a nat 20 on Lyric. Okay, so Lyric, then it is going to be Narov. Then it is going to be Ella, followed by Anthea, Sindri, and Grell, who they didn't bother to name. Perfect. All right. So with that, you say absolutely not, and one of them says, you'll be who we eat next. And what do you do, Lyric?
I don't like that they float. That's really irritating. But that said, I would love to... Let's see. I think I'm going to cast Bane.
Okay, what's my save for that? Wisdom?
I want to say yes, but let me triple check that real quick.
Okay, wisdom save. Okay.
Yeah.
It does not matter.
Charisma save.
Oh, cool.
Charisma saving throw for Bane.
Okay, what's my DC?
17.
All right. God damn it. I rolled a 16. All right, so that's going to be
Yay.
2 Banes. Both of them are going to be baned by you. That's a D4, right?
Yes. Subtract a d4 from attack rolls or saving throws.
Perfect. All right, so you just hurl something out at them that causes them to be baned. I'm gonna give them the Imperial Star Wars logo, apparently. There we go. That's now the new Bane. All right, so casting Bane on these Grell, they're going to shriek in your general direction. Anything else you do on your turn?
She's gonna have to have taken a couple steps forward to do that first, just to make sure she can hit both of them. I think I'm 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So she moved a little bit, and then cast Bane. And I'm realizing I think I had Intellect Fortress up, but that is now gone because it was concentration. I'm fairly certain. But that's okay.
You have to cast a
Fuck these things in
Bane.
particular. I think that's it because that was a action to do that. Oh, I can bonus action. What am I doing?
Yeah, you can bonus action. What are you doing?
Freaking bard. Oh my god. Did any of that part when we were leaving count as long enough as a short rest?
No, you weren't.
For
You weren't
purposes of
deliberately
being
taking
bard?
time to rest. You were.
Okay.
You were
Moving
too
and
distraught.
walking and doing stuff. That's fair. Figured I'd ask though. So yeah, that means that I'm going to spend a bardic inspiration. Take it, Sindri. You're right next to me.
You're going to give Sindri inspiration. Then let's go to the Grell. The Grell are going to the one that spoke at you is going to move forward with a ferocious chomp and is going to attempt to tentacle you. Lyric, that's going to be a 3 to tentacle you.
Nope.
Okay, well, it's annoyed, so it's going to try to beak you instead. Okay, so it lashes one of its tentacles out at you as you bane it and is going to rush forward and attempt to get right in your face, putting its gigantic speaking beak as it kind of yells in your direction.
Never interrupt someone's meal!
Lyric, would you like to take an opportunity attack? I rolled, thanks to your bane, a -2.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm going to stab it with a dagger. I did get those fancy daggers. I don't think they do anything special, except you said they were expensive.
They are very expensive. Let's find out how expensive they are.
Yeah. Well, you said they were 600 gold, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I did. Go ahead and use them.
So I'm going to stab one of them. With one of them.
All right, make me an attack roll.
Oh, that's actually pretty decent. Doot. I'll use that. That should be 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Roll me damage, please.
They are just daggers. That's usually a D4.
It's a D4 plus your dex, yeah.
Yeah. 5.
All right, 5 points of damage. You're going to slash across its brain as it tries to bite you. And as you do so, you're going to dance back on your hooves and it's going to bounce off of the wall while shrieking.
How dare you stab me? I am Food Keeper Naruv!
How dare you try and beak me?
Alessandra, it's your turn. As this creature bounces off the wall in front of you, you can see full well that there's at least one Grell in this room around the corner. What do you do?
Okay. I feel like a great option would be to duck up and take a good solid swipe at it.
All right, sounds good.
Actually,
Running up,
right here. Not
pushing past Sindri, dancing around the side, and taking a swing. Go ahead and make me your attack rolls.
Those will be 21
Hit.
and a 22.
Yeah, you're definitely overpowered to fight Grell.
That will be 24 points of damage.
24 points of damage. In 2 swipes, you follow what Lyric did, and this one is incredibly bloodied. It is well and truly at half health right now as you slash into it twice with your blade. It bounces off the wall again as you strike into it, and at that point, do you have anything for your bonus action?
I do. Harness Divine Power. I'd like a spell slot back instead of a Channel Divinity point.
Oh, yeah, sure, take it.
Okay. It's half my proficiency rounded up, so that is a level 2 spell slot I'm gaining back.
Nice. That's one of the bonus abilities that paladins get, right? That we're running with?
One of the bonus abilities, yeah, that this one
Okay.
gets, at least.
All right, perfect. All right, so you're going to pull back, charge yourself up, and Anthea, it is your turn. Directly in front of you, you see this very bright, kind of slightly sparkly pink blood splash the wall as Lyric and Lyric and Alessandra start slashing into this grellish beast. What do you do?
I don't think that's regular Grell blood color. And she's gonna be like running forwards as she's saying that, and just kind of poof straight into Sindri. And I'm sorry, Sindri. Let me see. How close can I get? Over here. I'm gonna do a firebolt. Actually, I have a question.
Yes.
Just to like quaff a potion is
it's a bonus action in my games.
Is a bonus action.
It's a bonus action.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Lovely. I'm gonna quaff my own experimental elixir.
Oh boy.
So actually now I get temporary hit points from that too, because I realized I got hit last time and we never healed. So that's sad. But I'm gonna do Kacha. Ooh, 7 plus my intelligence modifier, which is 5, is 12 temporary hit points.
12
And
temporary hit
then-
points. Perfect.
Roll. I don't have it up, but I rolled a 2. Experimental elixir.
All right, let's do it. What do you got?
I'm looking swiftness. The drinker's walking speed increases by 10 feet for 1 hour.
What?
I gotta go fast.
You gotta go fast. You're little,
I
you're
gotta
blue,
go
and you gotta go
fast.
fast.
Oh no!
And the evil Anthea is voiced by Keanu Reeves, so that makes sense.
Fair enough. I love it.
I'm evil Anthea.
Okay. You've heard my Carmilla.
That was most bogus.
Most bogus. Indeed. I'm gonna use the firebolt now.
All right, you gotta go fast, so let's do it.
I do. I'm gonna use my purple and blue dice then. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
That was like that's rolling a 10. That's gonna be 19 actually.
That
so
hits.
attack bonus is plus 9. Yeah. All
It's
right.
a grell, guys. This, I gotta say, Phandelver and Below loves throwing stuff at you that either will kill you or really isn't worth your time.
Right? That's what it seems like. It's so funny. That's 11 plus 5 for my alchemical savant is going to be 16 points of fire
16.
damage.
This thing ignites in flames, barely still clinging onto this mortal coil as it screams out, "Why do I smell so delicious?" All right, Anthea, you hurl your firebolt. It explodes against it. And Sindri, you're up watching this horrible one. Like, what is going on in front of you?
You weird little freak. And Sindri will knock his bow and crit.
Don't shame me. Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. So let's see. 5, 8.
Let's go. Sindri ain't got time for this.
That's gonna be 17 points of piercing damage.
On the speaking one?
Yeah.
All right, how do you do it?
Ew. And just like shoot one right through the spot Alessandra left a gash in. Just like, all right, you're next, and then take his next shot at the one down the hall.
You're gonna pin Foodkeeper Nerov to the wall, and he's gonna go, and he's going to look down at the arrow. He doesn't have eyes, so he's gonna like kind of lean down at it and go, "Meat on a stick, oh gosh," and die.
If only you were a rat on a stick, then I would like you. And then shot at the next one. Advantage to Alessandra.
Perfect. We love it here.
And then I, of course, made up for it immediately by rolling a 12.
That's a hit.
Oh, sweet.
Congrats. I think you've deduced what the Grell's AC is.
That'll be 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage as this one takes one. It has no sarcastic comeback and instead just speaks in Grell, which I'm assuming is a lot of shrieking and kind of like beak clicking.
Oh, you don't speak common. Great.
All right. Anything to do with your bonus action?
No, I'm just going to step forward and kind of get in line with Lyric. And I can't move the Twitch screen, so I'll do it on our actual screen.
Oh, that might help.
There we go. Yeah, I love doing that.
All right. Well, guess what? It's my turn now. Haha. And guess what? It's tentacle time. I don't think that's enough because I'm going after a paladin. That's going to be a... Oh, God, I'm Bane. Why? Yes, I had a 16. Now I have a 12. Wow, that erased my entire attack
20.
bonus. All right, so you it kind of feels like it's like trying to go on the shoulder, like trying to like, hey.
It's like kind of like grasping at the armor, but not actually doing anything. Just kind of like weakly grabbing at it.
It's going to get frustrated and go and charge you, and is going to make an attack roll with its beak, which turns into a 13 thanks to that Bane. All right, and it's going to basically like bounce off your shield. You think you chipped part of its beak. Lyric, it is your turn as this Grell is propelled back by Allissandra's Super Saiyan charge up.
Checks shield for scratches.
It kind of drooled on it.
Right. I'm trying to remember, do I think these things have resistances to, like, poison spray?
Not as far as you've ever seen.
I don't think so, yeah. I'm gonna try a poison spray.
All right. So you'll have to step in front of Sindri and move around for that, because poison spray is a cone, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it not? Is it just a line? It's just a line. I'm off my rocker. Don't pay attention. I'm sick.
Well, that was fair. My brain immediately second guessed as soon as you said it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my sorcerer spell? There was sorcerer spell. Okay.
All right.
Poison. Spray.
Do I have a save, or is it just a hit?
The idea of it being a spray makes sense. Like you would think.
Yeah. Well, also the icon in Baldur's Gate is like a cone, so.
Yeah. Yeah, extend your hand towards a creature you can see within range and project a puff of noxious gas from your palm. That creature must succeed. It's just one.
Yeah, so you just have to move up behind Allisandra because it's a 10-foot only.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I must succeed a Constitution save.
Yes.
You do double damage. That is a 0, thanks to your Bane, on top of the botch. I'm going to say it's poisoned now, too. Like, it's going to shriek as it hits the ground, and you're just going to aim the puff of poison right into its mouth.
And we're at above 5th level, but not 11th level. So this is 2d12. I never use d12, so I never remember where to put them. But here we go.
These things are having no good, very bad days.
Yeah, so that's 40.
They really are, because I rolled max on one of these dice and 10 on the other ones. That's 20.
Well, it takes double damage, so... Oh, wait, I just doubled the damage. What am I talking about? Okay, so it takes how much?
You just want to double it. Well, I rolled 22 on the dice.
Okay,
so...
how do you do it?
I think maybe it's just really potent and it just... I think it just like shrivels up and dies.
It just kind of goes, donk, and falls over like a muppet.
That was admittedly more effective than I thought it was going to be.
That was incredible! That was... Wow! Oh, those things stood no chance. Okay. Off to save Carmilla. And Phandelver. Phandalin. Sorry. I would have said Phandalin.
Sure. Let's just keep... Can we go through this way? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel very short. And I just don't know if even you guys can go up there.
Well, as a person who could run up walls...
Tick, tick, tick.
So, the passageway up to the next area, is 12 feet above the floor, and only 5 feet high. So you'll have to kind of climb into it. Like you'll have to run up and crouch, unless you're Anthea.
Yeah.
As you are making your way through, though, you walk up to the right next to it, Sindri, and as you're about to do so, tucked into the bottom of the basin, you're going to see a small chest.
Oh. Kelly, I love opening chests a lot. I know, and it's going to be the death of me, possibly today, as I reach in and grab it.
All right. Pulling out the small chest. You are going to find your dream inside. For as you open it, you are going to see that it's sealed against this brine that actually in this room, it doesn't smell burnt. It smells kind of sweet in this room. So whatever... Not better. You'll see that there are a number of strange objects inside of here. Most of them are odd, worthless items like brain-shaped rocks, bottles of perfumes that your gut tells you not to open. There's like a bottle cap inside of here. There's also a silver tiara and a crystal that looks like that thing that Anthea identified as a mind crystal.
Oh. Anthea. Mind crystal?
Oh.
And if we go back and see those goblins again, we can give them this box and they can have everything except that. And Sindri will pick up the tiara. Oh.
Can I see?
Yeah, come on over.
2 brain-shaped crystals? I mean, rocks? Just rocks?
So they're not brain shaped. Yeah, you can have the brain shaped rock, but the crystal.
Yeah.
I like that you like. Here's a magic item, and you're like, fuck that. Give me the rock that's shaped like a brain.
Do you have 2 of them in there? I just think that would be very cool. I have an idea.
There are 2 of them.
Let's go. I finally got my cool rocks. You'll see. You'll all see. Okay, anyway, sorry. Yeah, sorry, Sindri, I got distracted. There's this tiara. Can we identify it?
Looking at
so there's this load-bearing wall you shouldn't have removed.
It's a load-bearing tiara. As you look at this load-bearing tiara, you're going to immediately just using your detect magic. It is, or just your natural abilities. It's not magical. I'll give you that one for free. It's just a really nice tiara. But if you wear it, you have to know that people will know that you don't go here.
Oh, fair enough. It's not, it doesn't do anything. It just looks pretty. I don't know. The goblins might like it, though. We could pretend it's magical.
You could buy a house with it.
Oh, could you? Is it that expensive?
Yeah. You want to make me an appraise roll? Anybody who's looking at this?
Oh my god.
Investigation, history.
I would love to try and take a look.
I'll give you advantage if you have proficiency in gem crafting or jewelry making.
I got 19.
No.
Wow.
19? That thing's worth like at least $1,000.
Okay, yeah, we'll hold on to that.
Okay, never mind.
But we definitely bring the box back for the goblins.
Yes. Is there anything else in
14
it?
to investigate. So yeah.
There is a bottle cap, a couple of corks. There is a there's a bumper sticker inside of it that says "Now leaving Iowa."
I love it. I love it.
I think this might just be a sort of a garbage can.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a rock out of my bag and put it in. I had one random rock. It's now the brain-shaped rock. So cool. And just seeing if I can like buff it up with anything else. I actually don't really have anything that I don't mind throwing away. They're all useful. So never mind. That's it. Just one rock.
Okay, you put a rock in.
Yep. Okay, yeah, let's give it to them.
And this other crystal thing?
Oh, the mind crystal? Caitlan doesn't remember what it does.
Each one of them does something different. This does something that you haven't identified yet.
Right. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I'll figure that out. I'm so sorry. I just got distracted, you know, when you find something that's perfect for what you've been thinking about. Okay, I'm going to identify it.
Okay, so identifying it, it is what is known as a quickened mind crystal. So much like the other mind crystals, it can be used to enhance magical effects. This one specifically, I believe the other one you had was a careful one. This is a quickened. By draining the magical energy out of this with your casting, you can change a spell's casting time to 1 bonus action.
Wow.
Yep, it drains it.
Neat.
So that will expend it, but then it's still a gem. So, you know, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. It makes spells quicker. You can just like, wacha! Cast it. Cast. Anyway, if you've got one, can I hold on to this one? It does sound useful. And then we'll switch if we need to.
They are still just one use.
Yes. But like, no, if I'm like, I want to do this carefully. It doesn't sound like me, but if I ever did. And then if you're like, I need to do this quick, Anthea, now, I'll be on the ready. Okay, let's do it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sindri, what are you doing? Alessandra, what are you doing?
Kind of just watching what's happening, and I would like to use my other channel divinity to recover another spell slot.
All right, sounds good.
I'll find a piece, some rope, and then kind of tie some knots in it, and then run up to the top of the little path there when everyone's kind of getting ready to go.
Okay, sounds good to me.
And help people up as they...
Yeah. I figure with that, Alessandra can help boost Lyric and Anthea up with her strength.
Then we can all...
Then you guys can all suffer on dragging her up because she has like no dexterity, just strength.
As you climb up,
Sounds good to me.
Sindri, you are going to see 3 shallow pools in the room beyond you that contain burbling fluid. The corpse of a spiky creature floats face down in each pool. You'll recognize these as Nothics. Channels drain away from the pools and are filled with a sweet-smelling purple sludge. However, luckily for you, at the north, you will see that a small ball the size of a coconut hangs from a faint rune drawn in an alcove to the north.
Sindri will wait till everyone's up here before going to get it.
Okay.
And once everyone's there, I'll start kind of like softly walking in.
Okay.
I would love to use this chance to use a scroll of silence to not make these things wake up, maybe, hopefully.
Okay. Sounds good.
I have 1 scroll of silence kicking around that's just been sitting here, so I'm gonna use it.
Okay. Holding up the scroll in your hands, you cast and the room goes deathly still. It's silent. Sindri, do you go and collect the knobble?
Yeah, let's go do it.
Stepping up to the knobble, you can reach out and with a quick twist of your wrist, pluck it. It looks, well, it doesn't have eyes, but it kind of mouths up at you and starts gnawing the air.
Just kind of face it away from me and then like point back to the way we came.
All right.
Everybody nods back at you.
Yeah. For those not looking up, though.
Oh. For those of those who are sight impaired, we're all nodding at Sindri.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. Is anybody going to approach the Nothics at all, or are you just getting out of here?
No, absolutely
No.
not. Let's just get the fuck out.
Perfect.
Ella's looking heavily tempted, but she'll bow to what everybody else wants.
Let's get out of here.
Can I get a perception roll off of everybody as you're in this room?
If it's sound based, ever remember that we is silent.
This is vision based.
23.
Oh no.
So
17.
17. I'm looking for a 15 here. So we got 2 successes.
Oh crap! That's a 10.
11. Oh.
So as you're taking a step out, Ellasandra, you are keeping an eye on these things, and so are you, Sindri. While the other 2 are just thinking about getting out of here, you're going to notice that one of them is breathing. The one in the middle is breathing still, very faintly. But the other 2, they're dead. Like stone cold dead in the puddle. Honestly, if anything, with those rolls, these creatures look like they're like soup fixings. They're flavoring whatever this broth is.
I'm just going to let everyone know that until we get out of here. Like, they don't...
The
No.
soup
Oh,
is simmering.
hold on. Out of character, Chris. That's why the Grells were able to talk. The Nothics are bearers of secrets and, like, forbidden knowledge. So that brain goo probably taught them how to talk. Oh, that's neat. Interest. Okay, well, let's get the fuck out of here. I hate it. Absolutely not. No, thank you.
All right.
Sindri,
love-
ew.
All right, so everybody's bouncing?
Yes.
Yerp.
All right. You head back to the portal. You meet no form of resistance on the way back. You don't bother checking out the other tunnel, and before long, you step through. On the other side, you find yourselves inside of that room with the goblins again. One moment, please. You were gone for about, probably about a half hour. So, one moment. Constitution saves. Okay, the leader's fine. Oh, that guy rolled an at 22. These guys are... Oh, nope, he's dead. Okay. As you head back through the portal, the sound of that dripping, awful liquid is going to pass, and instead you are going to find yourself in a room with a couple of goblins, the smaller ones, kicking at a dead one. Briark, wake up! Wake up! Come on, Chad, wake up! Kick, kick, kick. Meanwhile, the leader is holding a large bucket and occasionally vomiting what kind of looks like a tie-dye pattern. Wow.
Briark goblins, how's it going?
You're back. Welcome
Not so
back.
much to drink.
The squid faces. They let us stay in here, but they trick us. They tell us that there is nothing valuable. There is value. Many drinks, many good tasting things.
Many bad tasting things, one of the goblins says.
Shut up, Chet.
So, you and Chet can rest assured, as well, and the rest of you should listen to this too. We have a chest of stuff for you.
You
We
not
promised.
You did promise. You not betray goblin kind?
No. We've made many friends with goblins along the way.
God, what was our OG goblin friend? His name?
Curd.
Curd.
Curd. In the memory of Curd.
Yes.
It all comes full circle.
Curd. I will remember name Curd.
Good.
Praise to Curd
Okay.
for gift.
Mm-hmm. And he'll
He
offer
knew
the
the way.
box. Knows the way.
This smells wonderful. Thank you.
I'm advised against licking it.
What? Oh,
You know what? That's fine. I'm done here.
He puts his tongue back in his mouth.
Be careful. Generous human-shaped things. Be careful across hall. If you go that way, they're big angry toads.
Big angry toads. Sindri will go give them like this high.
More. Yeah. Big blue toad and little red toad.
Does this sound like anything we've ever heard of before?
You can make me an Arcana roll.
I would love to try.
Sindri will not make this roll.
Oh, I think I might actually.
Oh no.
That is a 26 to Arcana.
26 will do it.
No frogs.
Ooh. You know
So-
your frogs.
He's going to kind of like gesture with his hands.
They have big claws like this.
He kind of throws up the horns, and that's what is going to kind of clue you in.
Blue one, big claws.
Is he talking about a slod? A giant blue monster from the realm of Limbo? You're trying to remember off the top of your head which one impregnates you with their claws, and then you die when you become a slod. Your mind kind of bounces around that for a minute. And I got to remind myself which one it is too, because there's like 4 colors of slod, and I always get them mixed up because I can't count above 5. Oh yeah, it's the blue one that impregnates you with its claws. Yep.
Just avoid the claws of the blue one.
Yeah,
Avoid the claws.
I do and try to avoid the claws of many things.
Just it's not just pain and death. It's like pain and death by way of
Lyric.
It's gross.
Okay.
Are we talking poison?
No, more like a type of parasite, sort of.
Ew. Yikes.
I think it's how they reproduce.
So we kill the blue one
yikes.
first.
And stay away from the claws.
Are we able
Alright.
to? Are they intelligent?
Yeah, actually, well, the red ones are really dumb. Actually,
Possibly. So maybe some of them might be.
you with the 26, you know that these 2 variations are pretty damn dumb. But some of the other ones,
I
like
don't think these ones.
the death slods, are very intelligent and usually are spellcasters. These guys, not so
Alright.
much.
So I vote that we surprise them. And maybe, Sindri, can you do the fire thing on the blue one right away, and then I can come in and smite?
You know, Sindri will wait till the goblins are like distracted.
Look, smelly good. Ooh,
It
spray on
doesn't hurt
corpse,
them
spray
that
on
much.
corpse.
It's just kind of impressive.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just
Haven't you stunned them a few times when you've punched?
yeah, I'll try that.
Okay. Let's get to the doorway, line up, be ready to go. And then I'm going to cast Bless and give you a bonus.
Thank you.
Right as you burst through, okay?
Okay.
I'll smack you on the back with it. You stun it, and then I'll come.
All right, let's do this.
All right. So basically, I'm preparing to cast Bless the instant we go to open the door and rush in and hopefully shock them.
Okay.
So that I will just hit Sindri, myself, and Anthea, I think, with it. I
Okay.
can hit
Is
myself with
anybody,
Bless, right?
as you crawl into the hallway, is anyone doing... yes, you can cast Bless on yourself. Is anybody else doing any prep before you kick in the door?
I'll just listen for a sec.
All right. Give me a perception roll.
16. Nope. 17.
You will hear the shifting of an immense creature, and then a bit of squeaking of metal, like something with with gears or perhaps ball bearings is being moved around, something that hasn't been oiled well in a long time.
Well, that's weird. Anyways, kick open door.
All right, kicking open the door, you are going to reveal that inside is a massive iron orrery that fills the center of this room. In its numerous arms, you are going to see spinning slowly, holding up the suns, planets, and comets of this solar system. The chamber's west wall churns with a green silver rift about 5 feet across, showing a corridor intersection beyond. Desiccated creatures, including mutated tadpoles, lie around the floor near the rift, and 2 hideous frog-like bipeds, one red and one blue, stand. The red one playing with the orrery as it's spinning around. And as you kick open the door, I think that's a great place for us to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
Nice.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We'll talk to the chat for just a minute and then we'll get back into game because we got a lot to do tonight. I also wanted to remind you all that I love you and I hope you're doing well. And Christa, I hope that the new work stuff's going well if you're watching or listening later. A big thank you everybody for supporting us on Patreon as always. And I wanted to give you a little bit of advance notice. This week, Mage the Ascension book 2 is completely up on our podcast. If you're not listening to our podcast and you're a podcast listener, you should probably go check that out. These portions are cut out of the episode, so you'll never hear this on the podcast. But the podcast version of Transylvania Chronicles is going to start going up this week as well, so you'll be able to get that. Other things that I should tell you about, if you're not on our Discord, get on our Discord. If there is anything that you want to see us play or do, please let us know, because the schedule is absolutely wild, but it's going to get better in the near future. I'm very, very excited about that. This module is real long, guys. Like we got a lot of cool surprises coming for you in the future. I have never been running a module on stream where I've been like, we only have 50 pages left, 40 pages left of this book. And there's a lot in those 40 pages. She dense. But honestly, yeah, well, I mean, that's how we like it. As above, so below. So thanks for everything, everybody. But besides that, is there anything anybody wants to talk about? Anything? Oh, Chris, I was going to tell you during the break, but you wandered off. This Friday, guess what's coming out into theaters that I know you would appreciate?
Morbius?
The new Salem's Lot.
Ah, yes.
The one that hopefully I want to see it because I like Stephen King adaptations that are good. And I hope it's good.
There are a lot of them.
They're usually not the ones you think are Stephen King.
Yeah.
I'm so
50-50 chance.
I'm so excited that Mike Flanagan is gonna do the Dark Tower.
I am excited but nervous.
It's Mike Flanagan, so I trust him.
And Roland has plenty of chances to monologue.
Oh, that is true. That is true. I hope they get somebody good for Roland. I liked Idris Elba. I like Idris Elba. I just don't. It didn't quite fit the vibe. I don't know.
Well, there's a lot going on there that did not.
There was a lot of that. Well, Matthew McConaughey as the Man in Black. Come on. Come on.
Choices.
Honestly,
All
Tom
right.
Hiddleston. I could have seen Tom Hiddleston before Matthew McConaughey. But
I'm just thinking True Detective, Matthew McConaughey.
just make it, just have, I want to say Eddie Murphy. Not Eddie Murphy. Who was the other guy in True Detective? It was,
No. Let's continue this. Eddie Murphy
let's
has.
do Eddie Murphy as the Man in Black.
Yeah.
Hey, Roland, how you doing? Or just Chris Tucker.
As Ruby Rod as the Man in Black.
As Ruby Rod as the Man in Black. Yes. Yeah.
Castingception. We need to go deeper.
We can go deeper. We
I
can
have
go
no
deeper.
idea what you're talking about.
We're talking
at all,
in-
even remotely.
We're talking,
Talking
just,
in code.
just remember, all things serve the beam. God, guys. Yeah. I have done so much writing recently. I'm very excited though, because the Bookworm should have their modules from me very, very soon. Because I'm just polishing them off at this point, and they get bigger when I write them than they're supposed to be, because I come up with ideas and I'm like, well, that I had to make a gazetteer, a town summary for a place, because I realized we didn't have any of those. But I also invented sewer druids. Yeah, it's going to be a time, guys. You should play these modules. I think I told Christine about the sewer druid. The Sewid.
Are you familiar with the Rat King in Hilda?
No, I've never watched Hilda. Should I watch Hilda?
As a background thing, there's some
Okay.
stuff that's just strange and odd, but it doesn't need your full attention. But it's
Is it
cute,
like
but
is it
also
like up
very
there
weird.
like Owl House, or like more or less attention than Owl House?
Less? I don't know. I haven't finished either of them technically. I just think that the intro to Hilda is odd and interesting, and there's a whole part with teeny tiny kittens.
I will have to check that out. But you know what else we gotta check out? We gotta check out some slots. All right, you guys ready to hop back in? It's slotting time. Hello and welcome back to Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. It's slotting time. All right, everybody, can I get an initiative roll as you kick open the door and see these pair of slotty looking at this orrery in the center of the room? They turn, hissing at you, and it is time for a fight. Oh no.
Oh
Boy.
yeah. Let's
Oh,
fucking
that's
go.
fucking amazing. Holy
Oh my
shit.
God.
Amazing.
Okay, so coming in at the top, oh my god, we've got Sindri with a 27. We've got Lyric with a 24. We've got a tie game between Ella and Anthea at a 22, and we've got the blue slot at a 21, and we've got the red slot at an 18. So booting in the door, you are going to see this massive orrery in the center of the room. These two slotty turning, they snarl at you, and it is Sindri's turn.
Are they surprised?
I will spend one of your something good happens.
Yeah.
The blue slot is not, the red slot is.
Okay.
So the one that is the closest to you is surprised. He's looking away from you on the map, so that makes sense. All right, Sindri, you're up. What do you do?
25, 30, 35. So I can move here and not have left the slots threatened space.
He is surprised, so he doesn't have reactions.
Oh, even better. Doesn't.
I believe that's
yeah,
the way it works.
I'll still move there. First attack against the slot friend. That is not going to hit. So
Has it been less than 10 minutes since our last combat? Because we kind of moved in a pretty good clip.
Yeah, it's still within 10 minutes, so you would still have that bardic.
Okay, so I can add a D4 for bless, and then so that's 6 plus my. Why do I have? Oh yeah, plus 9. So That's a 15, and I can spend my bardic on it, and that's a D8.
Yeah.
All right. And that is brings it to an 18.
An 18 is going to hit. Con save on the bardic is going to be a 13, which is not enough. What did you roll on the bardic dice?
3. So not a lot, but...
and is this against the red slot or the blue slot?
Blue slot. Everything is going to go into the blue slot.
Okay, blue slot is going to take 3 points of damage as that music note explodes in front of his face. And that is going to be a hit. What do you do?
8 points of damage and con save versus stunning strike.
That's going to be a 3. He is stunned.
Get him! So advantage on my next attack against him.
Okay.
So that's going to hit because that's going to be a 16 plus whatever. So 25. So
okay.
That's going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And then flurry of blows for another 2 attacks. So that's a 16 that will hit and a 21 that will hit. So
okay, those are both hits.
So that's going to be another 7 points of damage and 9 points of damage. So just,
okay, total of 16. You just rush in and start going bam, 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 bam. So I will, okay, that is going to be your turn as you rush in, say, get him, stunning strike one of them, and then just proceed to actually, that's a Jet Li maneuver right there.
Yeah.
You just Jet Li the hell out of this guy. As we look over your shoulder, the door is going to slam into the wall, and in the time that it took to open the rest of the way, Lyric, it is your turn. What do you do?
Well, I think I need to get better line of sight from what I can tell. Which means moving past Alessandra. Yeah, let's just move into the room.
Okay.
So it's, what, 5, 10, 15, 20? Not within their reach, I hope? You said red was surprised?
Red is surprised. Yep.
Beautiful. Okay, I would like to cast, if possible, right in that space between them, grease on the ground.
Okay, casting grease onto the ground.
It should get the edges of each of them, I think.
All right, a puddle of grease is going to appear right between them. Is it only when they move that they have to make that check?
No.
Or is it right when it's cast?
When it appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Okay, and because I am stunned, that means I auto-fail dex saves, right? Or do I have disadvantage? I will double check that.
That's a very good question.
Okay, just checking this real quick. So, stunned. Just because stunned and a couple of others automatically fails. Okay, so Blue Slod is going to go ass over tea kettle and fall to the floor. And the other one is going to make a save, but it is surprised. However, it's very dexterous with a 10.
That's not enough. It's also down. Prone.
All right, these guys are now
for 1 minute.
Okay, a big puddle of bacon grease appears on the floor. They slip and slide in it. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, let's bardic inspiration to Alessandra as a thank you for letting me pass through your square.
All right, bardic inspiration. Okay, and Ella or Anthea?
Sure.
Do you mind if I have a little bit of space for what I'd like to try to do?
Sure.
Okay, because I know you're going to get right up in there, which is great, but oh my gosh, no, did the grease move? That's okay. Oh, no, I can't really do it anyways. Okay, never mind, you go. I could, but I don't want to hit you guys. That's fine.
Do it.
Okay, so I think I can get to just right here.
All right, brushing across the room, you can... well, you can't go through the orrery.
Well, I don't need to.
You can go around it?
Yeah, 30 feet goes around it.
Okay, cool. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone through this big item sitting in the middle of the map.
You never know. All right, so there is a prone, incapacitated Slod there on the ground, a blue one. What do you do?
Wait, it's incapacitated?
It is stunned. Sorry, not incapacitated, stunned.
Okay.
So you'll have advantage against it.
Advantage. I was
Yes.
like, wait a minute, is that auto?
It is not auto. It's not the auto crit. But one thing, as you're looking at these creatures, you are going to remember them from your training. These are both aberrations from the realm of limbo.
Okay.
So just fueling some hatred for you. What do you do?
All right, I'm going to attack. So that is going to be, oh god, a 26. And a 17.
Okay, those are both hits, and you rolled with advantage on both, right?
I did.
Okay, those are 2 hits. Give me damage.
I think I am going to Divine Smite on one of these.
Sounds good.
And I might as well use the second level for that. So I just have to double check my totals real
Sure,
quick.
just
'Cause I have to
give me
re-roll
your
these
grand
dice.
total when you're ready.
Okay.
Man, these slots didn't do anything to nobody.
And they're not going to get a chance to.
No.
That's one for and higher. Okay. So that's 3 more D8. Uh, 45.
Holy crap. All right, 2 slashes, including 1 smite, are going to strike into this creature. Now, it is massive, fleshy, and full of meat. So your slash is not going to finish it off, but it is absolutely wounded as it's lying, bleeding its dark blood onto the ground.
Sweet.
Anything else on your turn?
I guess I might as well do Tunnel Fighter, but don't think they're going to try and move very much.
That sounds good. All right, Anthea, you are up as Alessandra slashes twice into the prone blue slod and then pulls back her blade in her characteristic pose.
Okay. We're gonna move. We're gonna go 5, 10, in the door. Ugh. In the door. 15, 20. And then right here, I'm going to do a Chardalon stride,
Oh
which is
no.
a bonus action. Yes. So that makes me, when I move within 5 feet of a creature or an object that isn't being worn or carried, it takes 1d6 fire damage from the from my trail of heat. So she's gonna smash a vial on the ground, and it's gonna like light her feet on fire for a little
Okay.
bit.
That
And
sounds
then,
fantastic.
and moving doesn't provoke opportunity attacks.
Perfect.
So,
All right.
oh, is that when I move within its range? Maybe I'm gonna have to do it over here. Lyric's gonna
They're
have
all
to take it anyway. I'm
prone.
so sorry.
They're all prone.
They are all prone. They cannot.
One of them is surprised and one of them is stunned. Neither can attack right now.
Okay. That's okay. I just wanted to take a little bit more damage anyways.
Totally. Now, I will say one thing. We are using the alternative bullshit Baldur's Gate rules for grease.
Okay.
So if you run across that grease, it'll explode.
I'm very much picturing like, put your right foot in, take your right foot out, as Anthea just like daps her like burning
Yeah, basically
foot,
like my toe.
touches.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah. Let's do it. And
Okay.
then book it, because I get like 60 feet of movement now.
Okay, so let me just check something real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is...
15, 20.
Let me do the math for this. So that's going to be... this takes up a space of 5 feet. This is 5 by 5. So this is going to do... boop. A lyric.
I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Roll me 4d4.
Whoa.
And tell me what you get.
Okay, I did not roll great, but that is 9.
Okay. There is going to be an explosion as Anthea puts her right foot in, and the grease is going to ignite, dealing 9 points of damage to each of these creatures, replacing the grease and lighting the ground on fire. They are also going to be on fire and will have to put themselves out at the beginning of every turn. Now, it looks like they're somewhat resistant to fire, but not as resistant as... they're not immune to it, that's for sure, as it catches them ablaze, and we'll start to burn them at the beginning of every one of their rounds. And Anthea, you can rush between them now and give them more fire damage if you want.
Oh, sure. Yes, please. Let's go. Tink. So 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and I'll go to the corner.
Am I correct in assuming that you are basically jumping on these guys like Sonic?
Oh my god, yes, please.
Okay, and that's another 5 damage for each creature that you touch?
It's a 1d6.
Okay, roll me a d6, please.
Okay. Yeah, just a 1d6. 6.
Oh my god.
Now, I think this is my first casting of it.
Oh my god. Fine.
And it's fire damage.
Okay, so hold on.
That'll be 11.
Okay, hold on. All right, so both you're gonna jump on one after that explosion takes out the grease and are going to just be launched through the air by your own propellant feet, landing on the other with the. In fact, I'm gonna say that you're gonna land on the blue one's stomach and it's going to go, and a coin is going to fly out of its mouth, going ding into the air. And anything else on your turn?
Yeah, that was actually just a bonus action. So, I'd like to cast Firebolt because it's a cantrip.
On the blue one? Okay, you'll have advantage.
Yes, please.
It's prone, but
Will I, though?
I mean, you're 10 feet away, it's prone and incapacitated, so the incapacitated will give you advantage.
Okay. All right. I'll take it.
Yes, technically they cancel out, but you're shooting a prone, immoving object on the floor.
I don't understand
Like,
why it's disadvantage. It's
Like I get
confusing
it's
to me.
small.
The idea is you're taking cover, that you're hitting the deck. But literally, if you're shooting someone who's laying on the floor 10
I
feet in
guess
front
so.
of you, I don't think that counts.
With, like, nothing to hide behind. Anyway.
Exactly.
Especially when it's
Ta-ta!
like twice your size or 3 times your size.
Well, I only rolled a 13, but I'd like to use my determination because I've been
that-
filled with determination.
You are filled with
17.
determination, and that is going to hit it. Make me your damage roll.
Incredible.
These guys are having bad days. They were just here.
They're
They're just
really
here
bad
on like a field trip to see this orrery.
Oh
Really
no!
fun.
I know, it sounds really cool. So 9 plus 5 for my first casting of it is 14. Or for
Okay.
this casting of it's 14.
14, and you're remembering to roll 2d10, right?
Yep, I did roll a 7 and a 2.
Perfect. All right, a firebolt is going to strike that one on the ground while it's still trying to figure out what the hell is going on with its day, as you're just in the corner, like, vibrating with fire. It is its turn. It is stunned, which means that goes off at the end of your turn, Sindri? Or the beginning of your turn? Either way.
I believe.
Okay, it's stunned. The red slod is no longer surprised. Sindri, it's your turn again, as the red slod tries to get up.
Okay, let's see here. Take my first attack again. Let me just double check. Monk. You think I would know because I've been playing this character for a full year now, but
Yeah. A year and 2 weeks.
yeah. The end of my next turn. So I can actually have advantage on it. So
Oh my god. Well, it also
right.
is, yeah, do it.
just beat.
You're just beating the blue slot. All right, give me advantage. Let's go.
17. Yeah, that'll hit.
That'll hit.
So that's going to be 12 points of bludgeoning damage from my staff as I just like smacks.
The staff's doing more damage than the fire, surprisingly, as you're just like knocking this thing's
Ooh.
teeth out.
I'll use another stunning strike on it.
Okay. That is a fail.
All right. So my next roll is a miss. I got a 12. I guess I got a little carried away.
You do have a determination if you want to spend it.
Yeah, I'll spend that.
Okay, that's a hit then.
Get him. That's 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
Then I'm going to flurry of blows, so I get 2 attacks against him.
Okay.
That's a 15.
15 against the blue one is a hit. How do you do it?
8 points of bludgeon. Oh, so I'm just gonna jump on top of him and just crash his head into the floor.
He's gonna vomit out his own stomach.
Gross. And then I'm gonna jump over to the red one and beat it. It is not surprised, but it is prone, so advantage.
It is prone. So you can absolutely do a falling dragon punch.
All right, so that is going to be a 27 to hit.
That is a hit.
That's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
God damn it. Okay, yep. 9 points of
bludgeoning. Can it make a Constitution saving throw?
God damn it. I might have actually passed this time. Hold on. I have to look at its character sheet. I have to look, and I see that I have a Constitution of 17.
Okay, yeah, you pass.
Silvery barbs.
Oh!
Oh.
Hold on, it keeps rolling cocked. I'm picking a different dice. 16?
16 passes, yeah. It's a 15.
But I will still give that silvery barbs advantage to the next person in line, I guess.
Wait, hold on.
After you? Oh, you're just doing
con
it.
save. Yeah. He doesn't get advantage on con saves. All right, cool. All right, so he's not that, but he's still prone, and that still did hit. How much damage did that one do?
9.
9. Okay. Any other?
Wait. 8. Math is hard.
Math is hard. Okay. Any other attacks on this one as you?
No, that's enough.
That's enough. Okay, Lyric. It's your turn, my friend.
I'm fairly certain I can't give silvery barbs to myself the advantage, so I will pass that to.
Yes, you can.
I suppose Anthea's been. Okay.
No.
Can I?
You can. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm 90% sure that you can, and I don't care about checking the rule right now, so yeah, you can.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good. I like that.
I'm pretty sure I've given it to myself before.
I don't remember. I just know I can't give bardic inspiration to myself, so that's where my brain was going. Let's see. Now that I'm thinking about this, I'm like suddenly going, what do I actually want to do with it?
You can't choose yourself. It says in the rule.
Right. Yes. Okay. That's fun. That'll be the next attack roll I take, right?
The next attack roll save or anything that you do, yeah.
Yeah. That orrery is only large, right?
The orrery is...
I mean, it's spindly.
It's spindly. Hold on. Let me check.
Take it. Take it.
Okay. So, hold on. The orrery... Yes, we're going to say that it is a large.
I mean, based on the structure of it, it seems like spindly bits, but yeah. So we're going to use animating performance on that guy.
God
and then I would
damn it.
like to punch the red slod with the power of the sun. And by that, I mean literally just whatever the star or planets of the orrery are just going to smash.
All right, I'm going to use this token for a Mithra lab for you. There you go.
So this is my bonus action to do this, because I can direct it on the same turn that I do it.
Okay, so you'll have just back up to let it pass.
Oh no, this is an action to do this part. It's a bonus action to direct it.
Okay, so you start fiddling.
Yep, it's gonna come alive. List for 1 hour until it does thing.
Intergalactic, planetary.
Yeah, so we're going to punch it with some planets.
Don't take me, I'll take you down.
I don't think the silvery barbs applies for this because technically I have the advantage. So whatever, that's okay.
I'll allow it.
You'll allow it? You'll give me the advantage?
They can. Well, actually, this thing's already prone. You don't need.
It's already
still
prone. I don't even need it.
Its turn was realizing that it was being attacked.
Okay. Right. I just keep expecting them to be,
Useful.
up and able to
Oh,
attack.
no. Like, if you hadn't kicked in the room and just started mulching them, they would have probably ruined you.
Okay, so with advantage, the smacking with this thing, that is... Oh, it uses my spell attack modifier. That's right. That is a 28 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit it.
Yep.
Here comes
and then
the
damage.
sun. Do. I'm picturing this thing animating, and like its arms are literally just like poles with planets attached. They're like biff, biff, biff. Give him the old Uranus smash.
Spinning and just smacking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, not max damage, but close, because then that's my proficiency bonus. 1. Okay. Plus, that is a 13 force damage.
13 force damage is gonna crank this thing right up against the damn head,
Yeah.
and it's gonna reel back into the ground. It's still on fire, by the way.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know better, as you're looking at this orrery spin around and pummel this monster, you're going to see that the orrery has a number of what looks like claw marks in the side of it. Deep ones in the iron spheres. And you would almost think it couldn't possibly be, but this orrery is getting revenge. All right, that's going to be your turn, Alessandra or Anthea. It's your turn.
You go ahead. Worked really well last time.
Okay. Okay, I think I can go around the fire to get to its far edge in 30.
Yep.
And attack it a couple times, I guess.
Okay.
This one does not have anything on it to do advantage, right?
Yes, it does. It's still prone.
Oh god, it's prone, okay.
It's still prone. You can tell because it's upside down.
Ah, okay. I wasn't really sure. Okay, so...
I like to flip things when they're prone because it's funny. I laugh. And if I'm not having fun, who is?
So it's a 27 and a 21.
Those are both hits on this prone. I've never thought I'd feel bad for Slad.
How badly hurt is this thing?
Not very... Well, actually, I'd say it's bloodied.
Okay, I will do one attack with the Divine Smite then.
Okay.
Calculators. And that's a Divine Smite at a 2nd level again.
Sounds good. I'm gonna double check my radiant resistance. Oh, yep, don't have that.
42.
Holy crap. All right, smashing down twice into it. It is on its last legs, one might say, as it is trying to get up. It is absolutely just cut to ribbons, bludgeoned to ribbons, force punched to ribbons, on fire, and still a little confused. Anything else on your turn?
I guess Tunnel Fighter?
Tunnel Fighter and Anthea, bring us home.
Okay.
This thing is like crawling around. It kind of looks up at you and goes.
She's
What do you do?
gonna 5, 10, 15, 20? Kick it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kick it. 25,
All right. Give me.
30, 35.
Wait, is it-
Back up a little bit.
Wait, can you bounce into it twice?
Yeah, it just is still a thing and up to 1 minute.
No. But can you kick
can
it
only
twice in the
take-
same?
No, it can only take damage once a turn.
Okay. All right. So rushing up to it and punting it in the face. Roll me that d6.
4.
Okay. So. All right. It's still on fire and still hurt. It's still alive. What do you do?
Let's do a firebolt. Let's get him.
Okay. You'll have advantage because it's still prone and you're
So much fire.
You're
that's
right
right,
on
I
top of
forgot.
it.
That's right. I don't have to back up that much. 16 plus 9 is 25.
Yeah, that'll hit its AC of 14.
Yeah!
Let's go. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, that's AC of 14.
And I rolled a 7, so that's a 12.
Okay, so 12 points of damage. It is going to look up at you as the firebolt hits it. Can you do me a favor and roll me a d6?
Yeah. 6.
God damn it. Okay.
Oh.
And as you firebolt it, it looks up at you and goes, and inside of your head, you will hear a voice. I say, why would you do this? And then and the fire that you caught it on with grease is going to kill it at the beginning of its turn.
Yeah.
Why would you do this? And it's going to puff out of existence as it burns down. The room smells like a French kitchen right now.
God, is that you?
What?
My conscience? You don't speak to me very often.
What?
I don't know. I heard something in my head. That was weird. Okay.
You mean like all the mind flare bullshit we've been dealing with?
But it was different. It was so distinguished. I hope that Squish
okay.
becomes that distinguished one day.
Sure. That's goals.
Alright. Does anybody need to rest, or should we just keep going?
I'm feeling pretty pumped up. She'll like kick her feet.
I could use a minute just to catch my breath.
Yeah, we can take a minute.
Okay, this won't last very long, but that's okay.
What? Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. It's almost out anyways. She'll kick, and is kind of stamping out as she does it. But that was pretty fun, though. Okay.
Probably a good thing there was no carpet in this room.
Or that's, you know, another tale for another time, Lyric.
I'm gonna take a quick look around the room.
Mm-hmm.
Looking around the room, what you are going to see immediately there is that the floor is covered in dead tadpoles. They're slightly...
That's real gross.
Mhm. They're slightly dried up. And anybody who looks at them and would like to can make me an intelligence investigation roll. I will say if Alessandra looks at them, I'll give you advantage, and I'll give Lyric advantage on this as well.
Yeah, I mean, Lyric was gonna go take a look and kind of glance at them.
Sure. You said investigation?
Yep.
Natural 20.
Okay.
First one of the night, though. First one of the night.
A dirty
So-
20.
A dirty 20. All right. With those rolls, you are going to know that this is exactly how the Slod reproduce. However, these are long dead. Whatever happened to bring the Slod here, you don't think it allowed them to survive. Something interfered with the process.
Oh. Well, that's probably for the better. Gross.
That's kind of gross. But also, I'm glad. We didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah. That door to the south looks interesting. Anyone want to take a look at that? Otherwise, I'm just going to, think about music for a bit.
Well, I can't open that door.
I can open the door. Let's go. I'm gonna open the door.
I'll take a look.
No.
Perfect. Looking at the door and opening it to the south, you are going to see that it swings open easily. That feedback noise reverberates inside of your mind. And you're going to brace for whatever's on the other side. However, Anthea, you personally are probably very pleased to see what's there. For what's there is a room full of rounded shelves that display crystals dozens of them in a variety of colors.
Wow. They're very pretty.
This is interesting.
Sindri, do you look into the room as well?
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of glyphs on the walls that you will recognize as that strange, curving language that the Illithids use to write.
Huh. It's like hearing a Lith speak. Or a Lith spot. I don't know what they say. The written language? Alessandra, do you speak this? Read it?
What is it? She'll come over and look.
It's a strange language that the Illithid use to communicate. Their form of written language is generally read by tentacles.
Huh. Is it based on deep speech by any chance?
It is not. It is based off of their own form of language, apparently.
And she has no idea. Except for the fact that it's Illithid writing.
Makes sense.
Sindri, do you look at it? Do you touch it?
Probably not touch it.
Okay.
But I do look at it, but...
Looking at it, you are going to feel your perceptions become hazy.
Even
And
with the crown on?
Yeah. In your mind's eye, you look at it, and it's almost like looking through a filter on your, like a smartphone. But you look at it, and you will see receptacles of knowledge written there in... Well, you can read it as easily as you could read common. You will feel something inside of your brain flex as you look at it.
I can read this?
Ooh. What's it say?
Receptacles of knowledge?
You
The
might
crystals?
want to stop reading it.
I mean...
'Cause that might be pushing you closer to what happened to Carmilla.
It's weird, because this crown I've been wearing has, like, actually kept everything out of my brain. For weeks.
Huh.
Like, I can't even open the doors here.
That's odd.
I don't care for this, but... if we need to, I know I can. Maybe it's the gems. If there's the mind crystals, it's probably related. Or maybe, I don't know.
Does anybody pick up one of the myriad crystals across the room? Some of them look very similar to the crystals you've been collecting. The mind crystals.
It seems like a really bad idea, but part of me is half imagining that, like, I figure, like, if everyone's going into that room to check it out, they're probably gonna, like, walk along check along the shelf, and I can definitely imagine her weird back tentacle thing reaching out to grab one.
You know what? We're going to say that happens.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay. As you pick one up, you're going to feel your back lift one. And a sudden shock is going to go through you, Lyric. As you pick it up, you suddenly find yourself transported. You're back inside of Gibbet Crossing. But an area that you've never seen before. 3 mind flares lean over a drow, pinning it to the ground. One of them puts their tentacles up against the side of its skull, and with a crunch, it breaks through like opening a walnut. A pair of Duragar enter the room, brandishing weapons, but they're too late. The Illithid feeds while the other 2 attack these Duragar with psychic blasts. The image fades out of your mind. There are memories stored inside of these crystals.
Oh, I don't like that.
You don't like what?
She's kind of reaching out.
Lyric's
It's
gonna
so
try
nice.
and wrestle the crystal out of the tentacle's grasp and put it back down.
Oh.
It releases it.
They seem to contain memories of. I suppose that explains the receptacle of knowledge aspect you said.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I can't say that was particularly pleasant though, so
Might be useful though.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
touch
so
it.
sure about that.
I'm gonna touch it anyway.
Which one are you touching?
I don't know. Whichever's in.
Just
Front
one
of
that's close to you?
Oh, one that's closest.
Okay. Closest one to
guess
you.
Oops.
You are going to pick up You're going to pick up a crystal. It glitters in your hands and you hold it. You suddenly are pulled back. A mind flayer, holding a disembodied head, chants over a large pool filled with a pink, quivering, gelatinous mass that vaguely looks like a brain. Two other mind flayers are nearby, but their features are unclear. A strange, jagged portal appears behind the trio and then disappears. The mind flayer, holding the head, is visibly frustrated with the result, and telepathically intones,
We will try again. In Ilvash's name, we will keep trying.
The vision fades.
Ooh.
Icky, sticky. Should put it back.
Mm-hmm. Everyone else? Is there anything else that you're doing?
Just back to resting and recovering bardic inspiration slots.
Yeah, no thanks to this.
Anthea, you
Yes.
picked that up. Anybody
Yes.
else who's looking at the shelves may do so a bit more easily, but Anthea, I'll give you advantage on this. Anybody who's looking through the shelves can make me an investigation check. Anthea, you'll do yours with advantage.
21.
Perfect. Looking through the shelves, the one you picked up is much newer than the others.
Oh.
And in fact, looking across the shelf, you're going to see that there are two others that are much newer as well. And on top of that, there's another one that isn't the same type of crystal. In fact, it more closely resembles the mind crystals that you have been acquiring, the quickened and the careful. So it looks like that's just another one of those empowerment crystals.
Wow. Would like an identify?
Yeah, Identify would absolutely do that, which
Tell
you
me
cast
what
as a
it is.
ritual if you want, I think.
Yes, please. I can.
Okay. It'll take you about 10 minutes, but that is a heightened mind crystal, which allows you to cast spells with a heightened effect as per the sorcery ability. So, and if you don't know what that is, it basically you choose a creature, and that creature has disadvantage against the first saving throw against that spell.
Cool.
But yes, so there are two other crystals that are much newer. The one that Lyric put down is definitely one of the older ones, which makes sense because, well, Lyric, did you explain what vision you had or where you had the vision of?
Not, I don't think it was
Okay. Then,
in any detail. Might have mentioned something about Gibbet crossing, but
well, given the Gibbet crossing fell hundreds of years ago or 100 years plus ago, that makes sense. This memory crystal must be much newer. The one about the portal.
Lyric, I found another mind crystal here.
Oh,
It makes it so that they're really, if you do an attack, a spell that has like an effect on them, and either they can brave through it or they can't, they're much more likely to not be able to.
that's
Like you make them sick easier and
quite
stuff like that.
useful, actually.
Yeah, I think you should take it.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Here, I'm gonna touch this one. I'm gonna touch one more.
Okay. Is it one of the older ones or one of the newer ones?
One of the newer ones.
Sounds good. Okay. You touch another one, and a vision of a mind flayer with tentacles at the ends of its arms lashes a hand tentacle across the face of a shriveled mind flayer with a single staring eye, one of those Nothic mind flayers that you saw. The lash draws blood. Several strange pods line the walls of this room, and as it attacks the lesser being, a mental message rings out.
You will obey, or the far realm shall consume what mind you have left, weakling.
The image fades.
Oh, they're just being so mean. Gosh.
Anthea, is everything okay?
Oh, just the memories. They're just... It's okay. It's fine. I don't think there's any relevant information. They're just being mean. I'm gonna...
One more of the newer ones glitters right in front of you, Anthea.
If this isn't helping, you don't need to keep looking at them.
I guess I should probably heal myself anyway.
It's like a cursed amulet that we pick up every day and look at for hours and hours.
She's gonna stare at it, but just like rest a bit so I can spend hit dice.
All right, so everybody go ahead and take a short rest. You can go ahead and heal yourselves up.
And with Lyric's Song of Rest, that's an extra d6 for anyone who's spending hit dice.
So, you'll have no problem getting your hit dice working. You'll regenerate your key points on a rest. And you'll catch a breather, leaving that last crystal waiting. In the orrery room, the orrery itself stands in place, waiting for commands. Thankfully, because of its pivots and diodes, it will be able to make it into that portal. It can kind of suck in, not its gut, but, the equivalent.
Just, align some of the pieces so that they're not, sticking out.
Kind of like walks through, right? Make itself two-dimensional. We love it. You catch your breath, and you prepare yourself. The swirling portal awaits. And beyond it, the last thing you need to summon your way into the far realm. What do you do?
Time to go.
Time to go.
After you?
Well,
Alessandra will walk through the portal.
You walk through the portal, and on the other side, as it swirls around you, you find yourself in a place with walls, floor, and ceiling that are soft but rough, like warty skin. A pair of passages splay out in front of you, one to your right and the other on the far side of the chamber. As you step, all you hear are the sounds of echoing squelches and splashes surrounding you. You're about to find out where those loathsome creatures that you just fought came from. But we're going to find out that next episode, here on Phandelver and Below the Shattered Obelisk. Hey folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you had some fun, and that players, I hope you had some fun too. It's always hard when you lose a character, and when you lose a player, you always wonder whether or not the vibe is going to stay. But I just wanted to say you guys were a lot of fun tonight, and I know that it's hard kind of finding that equilibrium again, but I think everybody did a really good job. Especially because we're all sick.
Yeah, and it's hard to be like, we just lost a longtime companion. Well, best be getting on, right? But it's not fun to watch us be like existential in our own heads and be like, what the hell do we do now?
You gave it a couple minutes, though.
I was trying to decide that of like...
Yeah, but not like as long as probably it would be if we literally in real life lost.
Well, if you literally in
one of
real
our
life
companions.
watched your friend turn into a mind flayer in front of you and disappear, would you get over it and try forward, or would you kind of maybe give up in despair?
Right?
Well,
right? But we can't.
But the people we're playing are like,
we're a little
adventurers.
broken.
Yeah.
And and that's the thing. It's like, well, we're already miles under the earth. We're in we're going to turn into these things if we don't do this. We might as well
take out as many as we can on our way out.
And that's the thing is like, I was trying to decide, what would Ellasandra actually do? And as much as she hates these things, you've got to remember also, this is her very first adventure. Her very first time breaking away from her family. She's young. She's probably fucking terrified. And then that happens. And I'm like, who wouldn't just break down crying? But I can't do that on that's too much to like, would she actually do that?
I think she would.
Stream?
I think she'd compartmentalize for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just
going
like when she
later.
breakdown.
Fixate on the practical applications of what you do right now, because
just like,
and then fall apart
How
later.
would she react to that happening?
I think that you have false hope right now too that's carrying you through. But I think you guys did a good job. I really did. And I think that Carmilla had been the one that pushed go left the most, I feel. And that constantly coming up felt like trying to like push her memory.
I feel like it started with Sindri.
But I think she repeated it the most.
I think she kept on top of it. Yeah. So it was Chris and Christa who were really
If
go
Christa
left.
the fun part is that if Christa hadn't, Lyric would have chimed up to do it too. So it just sort of worked out that way, which I appreciate.
Yeah,
I think she also was in front a lot, so she's like,
It was funny though because I never really heard that before we started, and I was like, well, obviously you go left.
I always heard you go right.
Well, I always heard pick a direction, right? Because then you
put
don't
one
get
hand on the wall.
lost in a maze.
And turns out when we went to that portal at the southmost, I was right when I said door on the left, because that's the door I meant, but you thought I meant the other one.
Yeah.
No, I meant the southmost portal.
Okay, well, you know what?
I was right. I was like,
You are.
Like, that's not left, is it? That's that way.
God. Hey, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Quick note, next week is Canadian Thanksgiving. I know it's already October. It's the second week of October, and some of us have some family commitments. So we are going to be back in 2 weeks. I'm sorry that we're going to leave you on red there for a little bit while we take a little break. But we'll be back with more Phandelver and Below on the 21st, I believe it is. And I really appreciate all of you. I also want to thank all of our patrons at patreon.com/dorktales. In specific, I need to thank, of course, my mom, and Shycon Dave Vermillion, our divine producers, Sorcerer Sanguine, who's our demonic producer, our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, and Krasha Urquhart, our monster maker, Soul Omen, and our High Council of the Patreon, Taryn, Dustin, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Chef Aladeth, Larouk, Kelowna Kurd, Mike Baxter, Brian Kaler, Nerdy Metal Gent, and Scott Sudderth. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. And thanks to Michael, our graphics guy, for all the hard work that he does behind the scenes. You'll be seeing more of that very soon because I've been very privy to some cool stuff that has happened recently. But with that, I think we're going to say goodnight to you. Don't drink pink goo out of any puddles. Stay safe, and don't poke the Nothics with don't poke the Nothics with a stick. Don't. it's never a good idea because it would have summoned all the growls. Good night, everybody.